Hi, hello, and welcome back to F1 Challenge Career Mode. My name is Mephisto, and today we're heading off to Australia for the start of the 2003 Formula 1 season. But before we do that, there are a few things I'd like to talk about. First off, let's bring up the poll results and find out what team we will be driving for. There were a total of 8 votes, that's 3 more than last time. Seems like we're moving up in the world. Anyway, Ferrari and McLaren each get 1 vote, so they're obviously out. Minardi received 2 votes, so someone clearly wanted me to drive the worst possible car. Well, I guess that could have been fun as well. But the clear winner is Toyota with 4 votes. And in fact, this is the first time there has been a clear winner. Up until now, there was always a tie, which I had to settle myself. But yeah, I will be driving for Toyota this season. Will I be able to repeat the success of 2002? Probably not. However, I'm hoping we can end the season with at least a few points on the board.
Located in downtown Melbourne, the spectacular Albert Park circuit combines several short straights with fast, sweeping turns. Unlike most street circuits, there is not a single 90-degree turn or hairpin in sight. I hate to quote the marketing pundits, but this venue really is a great place for the race.
And here we are in qualifying for my one and only flying lap, which is quite slow, 134.406, that's about 2 seconds slower than what I would generally be able to pull off here. And unfortunately, because of the rule changes, I won't be able to improve on this time.
Hello there. Welcome to Australia. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Juan Pablo Montoya, first. Heidfeld, second. Webber, third. Cristiano D'Amata was consistently faster than his teammate. He starts fourth. Michael Schumacher, fifth. Fernando Alonso, sixth. Heinz-Harald Frentzen, seventh. Verstappen, eighth. Jacques Villeneuve, ninth. Schumacher, 10th. Antonio Pizzonia, 11th. Justin Wilson, 12th. Coulthard, 13th. The Toyota driver, 14th. Trulli, 15th. Jenson Button, 16th. Raikkonen, 17th. Rubens Barrichello, 18th. Giancarlo Fisichella, 19th. Ralph Furman, 20th.
So here we are on the grid. We have a very interesting grid lineup with Webber in third, D'Amata in fourth, Verstappen in eighth, and so on. Lights are out and we're off for the Australian Grand Prix and the start of the 2003 season. And as you can probably see, someone should probably think of putting some windows on the commentary box, since this is far from wonderful weather. I can barely see anything and there's already an incident on the track. With this kind of visibility, that's no surprise. And I've just been passed by the minority of Justin Wilson. As we are coming up into turn 3, I will try to get around him. However, I do have to be careful in these conditions. I'm just being overly cautious here. Now for a replay of the start. Everyone pulls away nicely. The spray coming off the cars is going to make racing very difficult, as you can barely see anything. However, I did manage to pass a few cars before turn 1, as now Justin Wilson overtakes me. And here's another look at the start to check out the incident that occurred. D'Amata moves over to the left to get a better line through turn 1, but he makes slight contact with the Ferrari of Michael Schumacher. Coming out of turn 3, I was still racing Wilson for position. However, he gets the inside line through turn 4 and gets to keep his position, as I track extend quite a bit there. Now as we come through turn 5, there are a few more incidents. Wilson crashes into the tire wall and I think I saw one of his tires flying. So I now move up into 11th, with Villeneuve just ahead. Anyway, let's see some replays. First we have Nick Heidfeld. He goes wide through turn 5 and hits the wall, losing his rear wing. Next we have Justin Wilson. doing the exact same thing as Heidfeld, going wide and hitting the wall. However, Wilson lost his rear left wheel as well as his rear wing. And now for Mark Webber's incident. He comes into turn 6 and collides with Nick Heidfeld's damaged Sauber, and Alonso hits Webber and loses his front wing. It seems that I'm not the only one struggling in these conditions. By the way, I've lost quite a few positions while we were watching those replays, and I made contact with Raikkonen coming out of that right-hander, and now he's overtaken me. I will try to get that position back, however I don't think I can yet. I have a look on the inside, but because I could hardly see anything, I decided that it was safer to just hold back. Unfortunately, that drops us down to 15th. I have another look at Raikkonen, but again I decided it's safer to hold back. Now, coming into the final set of corners, I make one last attempt to overtake Raikkonen. However, I position myself quite badly because now he has the inside line and he takes back his position. So we are about to finish lap 1 of this 28 lap race, and it looks like I am about to overtake Raikkonen. I do indeed overtake him, and with the help of a few retirements I am now in 11th. However, I don't think I'll be able to hold on to this position for too long. It would be nice though, and if the track doesn't dry up a bit, I will be struggling throughout the race. Wet track conditions just isn't my thing. Anyway, for the time being, let's focus on the task at hand, and see if we can at least try to overtake Barrichello. I doubt that, but it's worth a try, and Jos Verstappen has been involved in an incident. And here's the replay. He comes into turn 5, goes wide and hits the wall, breaking his rear wing. That corner is turning out to be quite troublesome this race. And we're only on lap 2. I suspect we'll see a few more accidents there before the race is over. A few seconds later, I've been informed that Alonso had an accident, and I'm pretty sure it took place in turn 5 as Raikkonen overtakes me once again, as well as Button, Trulli, and Fisichella. Anyway, here's the replay. Alonso comes into turn 5, goes wide, hits the wall, loses his rear wing, and if I have to say that again, I swear I'll go insane. Anyway, I'm now challenging Fisichella for position, but he squeezes me out. So I'll have to find another way, or rather just wait for a better opportunity. And he nearly loses the car there, but he catches it beautifully. I also managed to react quite quickly to that. If not, I would have hit Fisichella's Jordan. Oh great, now Furman overtakes me? Seriously, Jordan's overtaking a Toyota? Well, I guess they're about equal in power. We are now coming into turn 5 with Fisichella in front of us, and I guess you can see where this is going. Fisichella goes wide, hits the wall, loses his rear wing, and no, I'm not going to show a replay of that. We already saw that a few times before this incident. As I was starting lap 4 and approaching turn 1, I noticed Furman and Trulli making contact, spinning off and allowing me to jump 2 places. So I'm now in 12th and I'm hoping I can keep this position. Trulli and Furman shouldn't be too much of a problem. And here is a replay of the incident. They come into turn 1, Furman brakes later, clips the rear of the Renault, and because the track is so wet, they both spin, allowing me to gain a couple of positions. But now I make a mistake by making my exit out of turn 5 very wide, and that slows me down, but luckily, unlike the AI, I didn't hit the wall. Later, as I was coming into Ascari, I failed to brake in time, I go off the track, and that allows Trulli to retake his position. I try to stay close, however, and hope that he makes a mistake. He might be driving a Renault which is vastly superior to my Toyota, but this is Trulli we're talking about, and we all know how blindingly fast Trulli used to be. And it sounds like Kimi Raikkonen has had an accident. Yes, there is his McLaren just at the exit out of the final corner. That's a pretty weird place to have an accident. And I managed to overtake Trulli, no surprise there. So here's the replay of Raikkonen's incident. He comes into the final corner, goes super wide for no good reason, and drives straight into the tire wall on the exit. To be honest, in my opinion that's his fault. Unlike turn 5, which is a high-speed corner, that last corner of the lap is pretty slow in comparison, so that should have not happened. Meanwhile, Ralph Furman managed to overtake me. I was really struggling in these conditions. To top that off, the car just didn't feel right when cornering. It didn't have enough grip through the corners. A bit later on, as I was chasing after Trulli and Furman who were now starting to pull a gap on me, Pizzonia managed to crash into Raikkonen's McLaren, and here's Pizzonia behind the BAR of my former teammate Jenson Button. They come into the last corner, Pizzonia goes wide, taps the wall and drives straight into the McLaren, losing his front wing. Meanwhile, I got ahead of Furman again and was now chasing after Yano Trulli, who was about 2 seconds ahead at this point. And that's a horrible line through there. One lap later, as I was coming through turn 5, I made my exit a little too wide, touched the grass, that spun me around, and I was nearly collected there by Ralph Furman. Luckily, he managed to avoid me. That could have been the end of the race for me. So here it is again, I come into the right-hander, go wide on the exit, so does Furman. However, I was unable to catch the spin, and Furman avoided me by just a few centimeters. I was so lucky there. That lost me a lot of time, obviously. I am now around 3 seconds behind Furman, so I had to gather myself and try to push harder. With the help of some pit stops, I managed to temporarily move up into a points scoring position. However, I lost that the moment Villeneuve overtook me, and look at the gap he's pulled already. I can't expect to compete with that. One lap later, Trulli caught up to me. I messed up my line through this chicane and he overtakes me. However, he goes wide and I'm able to retake 9th. Hopefully I can keep him behind me. He's having a look on the inside, cuts the track, goes wide again, and I retake 9th again. Except I don't, as I was a bit too concerned about making contact with the Renault. One lap later and Trulli managed to pull a 5-second gap on me. And I make the same mistake through this chicane and Barrichello overtakes me. However, just like Trulli, he went wide on the exit and I managed to pull in front of him. But he then outbrakes me into Ascari. I'm not even going to try to catch a Ferrari. Anyway, at the end of the lap, I had to come in and I've decided to switch over to the intermediate, as the wets were starting to go off quite quickly in the last few laps. So that meant that the track conditions were improving, and now it's time to find out if my gamble pays off. 10.1 seconds of being stationary, that's quite slow. I would have preferred something around the 8-second mark. Anyway, let's get back into this and see what we can do from here. We are now on lap 15 and I'm about to be lapped by my teammate. That's quite embarrassing. Being lapped by your own teammate is not a good feeling. I just don't have the pace in these wet conditions. On the next lap, I once again brake late into Ascari and Villeneuve and Montoya now also lapped me. This is not a good sign. I don't think that the team is particularly happy with my performance today. On lap 17, Michael Schumacher was involved in an accident. This can't be. There are barely any cars left on the track. Ah well, let's have a look. Here's Michael Schumacher coming into turn 5. He goes wide, hits the wall, and loses his rear left wheel and his rear wing. That corner claimed quite a few drivers today. Anyway, I am now about 30 seconds behind Ralph Furman with Antonio Pizzonia breathing down my neck. Now, as we were coming around to finish lap 17, I was informed that Trulli was involved in an accident. So that's good, one free spot for me. I'll take that. And here's the replay. Do I really have to comment on what is going on here? You know the drill by now. Turn 5, going wide, hitting wall, losing rear wing, and I go super wide through turn 2, so much so that I leave the track, which allows Pizzonia to overtake me. So I'm now 12th and everyone behind me has retired. Lap 18 and Ralf Schumacher laps me, so that's a thing I guess. Later on lap 18, Frentzen laps me as well. This isn't going well at all. With all retirements accounted for, I am now in 10th and I fail to break into turn 1 and go off the track and into the wall. That's okay though because I can't fall lower than 10th. Not even if I wanted to. Let's just finish the race and end all the humiliation. This is probably my worst race to date. I'm really sorry for my bad performance in this race guys, but I'm just not good in wet conditions. Lap 23 and Barrichello now laps me as well, hooray! I never expected the same success I had with Renault, but this is a bit too much, and I was just lapped by Furman. Brilliant. This isn't fun anymore. I'm just about to start my final lap. Pizzonia is now some 40 seconds up the road, and Cristiano D'Amata just crossed the line to win the 2003 Australian Grand Prix, which means I was almost lapped by him for a second time. Let's just finish the race already. So I'm now coming around to finish the race. I'm in 10th, which means last in this case. This really wasn't a good race. Again, I wasn't expecting the same result I had with Renault, but I was hoping for something better than this. Hopefully we'll have better luck next time in Malaysia. And with a bit of luck we'll have a dry race there. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, with all that said, let's have a look at the standings.
Well, that's the end of a fantastic Australian Grand Prix. Here are the final results. Cristiano Damata first. Montoya second. Ralf Schumacher third. Heinz-Harald Frentzen fourth. Button fifth. Jacques Villeneuve sixth. The Toyota driver 10th. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Cristiano Damata moves up into first position to lead the Drivers' Championship.
Cristiano Damata amazingly takes the win from Montoya. Ralf Schumacher finishes third, Frentzen is fourth, Button fifth, Villeneuve sixth, Barrichello seventh, and Ralf Furman eighth.
Williams step up into first position to lead the Constructors' Championship. Toyota are second, followed by the third place BAR.
Williams take the lead of the Constructors' Championship with 14 points, Toyota are in second with 10 points, BAR are third with 7 points, Sauber are fourth with 5 points, Ferrari fifth with 2 points, and in sixth we have Jordan with 1 point. Guys, I'm really sorry for my appalling performance today, but as I said, the car didn't really feel good through the corners in these conditions. I found myself constantly fighting the car just to keep it on the track, and that wasn't fun. I really hope I'll have better luck next time, or at the very least have a dry race so I won't have to fight the car. Anyway, until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, although I doubt that. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.